About this time last year, I actually wrote a thing on Facebook and Tumblr about how people don't understand how it actually affects me personally. A lot of that was my thoughts on pretty much how I was feeling. I think I was going through a pretty rough time. Actually, beginning in February 2017, that would have been just after I had broken my diet in December and was not recovering very well. Massive post. I'll probably put it in the description or something, or a link to it. With these intolerances and allergies and EOE, people don't understand that one day something can be okay and the next it might not be. So I might be saying, oh yeah, I'm having this on this day, and then like a couple weeks later be like, oh, I can't have that anymore, and they're like, oh, but you could have it last week. Yeah, you think I don't know? It's hard for me too. Like I don't expect people to understand that, but when I say I can't have this now and you say, but you could have it last week, yeah, but this is this week and I can't have it now, so what's your question? I've just told you that I can't have it. You're calling me a liar, you're saying that I don't know my body, you're saying that I don't know what's gonna happen to me when I eat this now, this week, not last week. I hate it. Yep, I can have this thing. I can have this thing and this is great. So I'll be into it because it's like one of the 5 things I can have. And then it becomes a dud in the next week. It's annoying, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's a fact of my life, unfortunately. I think people just don't get how much of an issue that it is to break my diet. In December, and like I was saying before, my diet is my diet. It's not a temporary thing. I went back to a normal diet in December 2016 so I could participate in Christmas and that sort of thing. Was in terrible pain the entire time. I was uncomfortable and a shitty person basically, and in pain. So I went very quickly back onto the diet, but I still haven't recovered from that. I'm still trying to get back to the good baseline that I had before I decided to not be on that specific diet anymore. Still recovering. It's early 2018. So people don't understand how much of an impact just breaking it once or twice here and there can actually do. It can actually stuff me up for a very long time. So once people find out about my allergies, what often happens is I'll say something like, yeah, I'm gluten-free, dairy-free, and at the moment I'm on pretty much a diet of chicken, green beans, and rice. And then I'm never really prepared for the list that they come up with. Now, if you don't know what I mean by the list, it goes a little like this, alright? So does that mean that you can't have breads and cakes and things? Yeah, no, I can't have breads and cakes and pasta and things like that. No, yes, you're right. What about carrot? No, not really. Technically, yes, at the moment I'm liberalizing, which means that I started off with 1/4 teaspoon and slowly making my way up so I can have 3 teaspoons of carrot a day. Oh, okay, that's weird. What about nut bars? No. Potato chips? No. Oranges and fruit? No. I can only have pear, and even then it's in moderation. Doritos. Are you kidding me, man? Doritos? It's made of cheese! Definitely not. No Doritos. That's how the conversation goes. They just list a million different things, and pretty much I'm just like, no, the whole time. If you really want to, I can give you a list here. Like, there's a list. If you want the list, I can send it to you by email or something if you want. But in order to spare this conversation and the list, I just picked like the main things that I have. So, you know, can we just like move on and forget about this conversation now, thanks? It is frustrating. And anyone with sort of these dietary restrictions can kind of understand. Now, if the person was cooking for me Fine, I can totally understand. If they're asking, what about this, what about that? If they're cooking for me, sure, I'll happily answer. And most of the time I will just say, give me boiled chicken with boiled green beans with just salt, nothing else. Just to make it simple, right? When it's just like normal getting to know you conversation, it's a bit much. I don't want to sit here being a vegan, talking about all the different things that I can and I can't have because of my restrictions when it doesn't directly involve what we're doing now. Rant. Another misconception, a very, very common misconception, right? So I say, no, I can't have lettuce, cucumber, where's my list? Can't have all these things. And then they go, but it's healthy. And I'm just like, yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's healthy for my body. My body doesn't like it. So therefore, it is not healthy for me. Being healthy doesn't mean anything for someone with allergies. Yeah, drinking milk is healthy, but that's gonna... No, it's not healthy for me. It's causing my immune system to like go... So frustrating. Not everything that is healthy is good. The example that I have in my post is that, yeah, if someone's getting a heart transplant, the body can reject it, right? Getting the heart transplant for that person is going to be healthy for them. It will help them to be healthier. But the body doesn't necessarily accept it. The body might reject it. So it's the same sort of thing. Yeah, I can down a carrot, but will my body reject it? Probably. So the other thing that is really hard, especially for me, with the number of restrictions that I have, I just hate being a pain to other people. So people will try and offer to like make stuff or cater for you, which when you have this many issues with your digestive system, you don't necessarily want to be catered for because it's just too risky. People don't understand that it's like you're running through naked in Afghanistan. Like that's what it feels like when someone offers to cook you something. You are just running naked. You don't know if you're gonna get hit, you don't know if you won't, you're naked, you're exposed, you're easy target, like anything could hit you, you could get sunburnt. That's what it feels like, and I guess people don't understand that, and I know that they're just trying to be helpful and cater for you going to their party, but it's kind of like, I'd just rather bring my own thing and know that I'll be able to eat it, and if I react, then it's my fault and not yours. Because if I react to something that someone else cooks and they find out, and sometimes it's like pretty bad and you can't really hide it, especially when you kind of go down and like just stop keeping to yourself because it just hurts so much that it's hard to like keep it from someone that, yeah, you are reacting. And for people with anaphylaxis, well, it's a shebang show for everyone. It's kind of obvious, but I don't have that and everything's internal. And in fact, I've been made fun of in the past for sitting there going, I'm having an allergic reaction. Because, yeah, it doesn't look like I am, and that's apparently hilarious. Quite often, I'll want to bring my own thing because I know that I can eat it and it's my fault if I react. I would rather just be in control of that and take it as my own risk rather than putting on someone else and then they kind of feel bad for it if it does end up affecting me. And it's hard to explain to someone that. I know it can make them feel like they're useless or something like that when it's not the case. And there have been a few times where I've heard me go, yeah, I'm allergic to wheat and dairy, and that's the only two things that they catch on to. But there's also the other complexities with the amines and everything like that. So stuff with like tomato will actually be is almost as bad as me eating cheese sometimes. It just depends on what I've already eaten and how my body reacts to it. So there's been times where people have like provided pizzas and it's been gluten-free vegetarian pizza with no cheese, and there's like hardly any other vegetables on there, and it was pretty much just like tomato sauce on bread, and I just felt inside that is probably going to cause me a problem, and I said, no, sorry, I can't eat that. And then they just thought that I was being fussy. And I'm like, I am the least fussy person in the world. I would eat that if I didn't feel like I probably would react to that because maybe I ate chocolate earlier, and putting chocolate and tomato together is not a good mix because that's a lot of amines and I have an amine sensitivity. But people who just know that I can't have wheat and dairy don't understand that, and that's a hard thing to try and explain when they think that you're just being fussy, which I wasn't being fussy. I would eat eggplant if I could, if it was in my meal. I would eat the tomato sauce thing that was provided to me, but I couldn't. I didn't want to be in pain, which I don't think people can diss me for not wanting to be in pain. There's been a few occasions where I've kind of experimented, because I've been off gluten and dairy for 10 years, and there's certain points you haven't had it in so long that you forget what it's like, and so you go, oh, I wonder how allergic I am to it. And like I mentioned before with the Magnum thing, that sort of thing. And so I think I had cake or something once, and so then I told my friend about that, and then she goes, oh, so doesn't mean you're eating wheat and stuff like that now? I said, no, I was just trying to see what happened because it's been a while and I wondered what happened and it wasn't fun, so I'm not gonna do it again. And then she started offering me things that I wouldn't accept anytime before. I was like, no, like, I didn't tell you that because I am now suddenly eating all these things that I shouldn't, and now I'm going to just eat anything. It's because I was just sharing an experience with you that, oh, I tried this over here, so naughty and like, yeah, it hurt and stuff. But yeah, I was like, oh, so then all those times that you wouldn't even have a trace, then doesn't mean anything. I'm like, well, no, that's not how it works. I still shouldn't have those traces, even though I've like, yeah, had that now, but I'm not going to just continue breaking the diet because, I don't know, it's convenient for you. It's inconvenient for me. I'm the one who gets pain from it. You just don't use that or not. So, I don't know, it's hard. There are two ways you could argue about it, but I feel like because most of the time people say, oh, allergies and that, and you grow out of them, and so you get to a point where you're like, oh, I wonder if I've grown out of it, and then, oh, no, I'm not. And if you tell someone about it, then suddenly you're like, you're open for everything. I'm like, no. So I hope that you all have gained a better understanding of what people don't understand about allergies and stuff, particularly mine and my experiences. These are all pretty much things that have happened to me and how I feel about it. I'm sure that other people would feel otherwise, and I'm sure that there are plenty of people who could also relate to me. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you at the next one.